So we're here today. We're a little bit late started, but we're good. We're super excited to have our special guest here with us today, Claudia Gonzalez, and I'll have her talk about a little bit more about herself in a few minutes. But we're here to talk to everyone about what the UNICEF's doing with their Super Dad campaign and why early movements matter. So joining us from Mexico, Claudia Gonzalez, who advocacy at UNICEF of the Hispanicize CMO Summit. So, Claudia, thank you so much for being here with us today. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do at UNICEF?
Yes, it's such a pleasure to be able to talk to you, and I apologize for being late. I am in Mexico, and I'm very, very excited to be connected to you via Facebook Live. And Angela and I have shared a moment actually in March during Hispanicize when you made UNICEF your charity of choice, and we're very proud actually to be able to continue the relationship and have an activation of something that is really close to my heart. My name is Claudia Gonzalez. I'm Mexican. I live in New York. I worked for UNICEF for the last 3.5 years. 3 years. And I run advocacy. I became recently a special advisor on partnerships and influencers. And that's how I started getting more in contact with the Hispanic community, which is something I would like to continue doing in the future.
Thank you so much. As you know, our team has been super honored to be part of this campaign and continue to work with UNICEF, not only us as a group, but also we have a lot of amazing influencers, leaders in the Latino community who joined us to help support.
I saw that in Hispanicize. Amazing.
We're grateful for all of their support. So for those of you who are watching, who are in our network, who've agreed to help, share social content and updates to encourage your followers to participate and support this campaign, thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it.
And we need you.
Yes, we do. And I want to talk too about, we talk a lot about, or we hear a lot about the early lives matter as a hashtag for this campaign, right? So we hear a lot about the first 1,000 days and, why it's so important for a child as they develop, not only through their formative years, but for the rest of their life. Can you tell me what your research has found about how that impacts why it's important those first 1,000 years?
And this is how I started in UNICEF. Actually, when the evidence was coming from neuroscience and the findings were extraordinary, telling us things that we somehow knew but didn't know, scientifically proven. We didn't have the evidence at that time. And with the evidence, we know that the first 3 years of life are essential, and are essential not only for the emotional and well-being of the future generations, but also at the physical brain development level. This is about like the brain. This is about how I show you a scan of a baby that has early stimulation and is protected and nurtured and feels stimulated, and the one that doesn't. So the first 1,000 days of life of the first 3 years, the brain is a sponge and captures simply everything. It creates more than 1,000, between 700 and 1,000 associations per second during the first 3 years of life. That doesn't happen in any other time in your life. The brain is twice as active, and it's also the period of the time in which it learns the most. So there are 3 things that we found that were essential to bring to life in terms of providing guidance for good parenting, for governments to do good policing, and for private sector to actually get engaged and give great treatment to not only their employees, but also their future staff workforce. So the 3 things that the campaign on early lives matter is based on is 1, protection. We need to make sure that kids are in an environment where they feel safe, where they don't feel the need to fight or fly, where they can actually just continue growing their brain as opposed to pumping blood and having a heart going faster, and develop stress that over time, that toxic stress can become a cortisol. The second thing is nutrition. Providing breastfeeding is essential, and UNICEF cannot be more grateful and recognizing governments that are doing enough to provide paternity and maternity leave, as well as providing 1,000 or 10 square meters of love, which is what we're calling for that space for mothers, for women that are in the workforce to pump or to breastfeed. The third part is stimulation. Read to your baby, sing to your baby, talk to your baby. Babies that have, in the first 3 years of life, have been exposed to language, be reading, be a father that comes late from work and nevertheless takes the effort to read 5 minutes. There is a difference of 30 million words between kids that have been exposed to stimulation and kids that have not. So it doesn't take a superhero to be a super dad. There are three things: eat, play, and love. And this is all what this campaign is all about.
I think it's an amazing campaign, and it's something that we talk about regularly as parents, but as we approach Father's Day, I think it's important to understand the really important role that a father plays in those early developmental years. And, dads, moms, we're all busy. So do you have tips? I know you mentioned reading, but what other tips and what other small ways can a father, even if it's a few moments a day, what are meaningful ways that will help that child?
Angela, I love your question, but let me tell you, the one thing that I found 3 years ago when I came to UNICEF was how important are those 3 first years of life. What we're finding, and that's why we're launching a campaign, and we will continue every year, and I really hope that you can join us in these next 3 years on celebrating fathers, is because fathers do play an essential role in the development, in the brain development of the babies. And this is because the development at the physical level of a baby is also essential fathers play an essential role. And again, I think that part of the things that we just discussed are very important for fathers to be. But fathers can read, fathers can come and actually get involved with the babies, knowing that this is not only a mother's thing, this is the brain development thing, this is the size of the brain of your baby. But beyond that, what we really want to create here, and that's why getting the Hispanic community behind this is so essential, is because our culture is mothers oriented. We think that it's the jobs of the mothers to take care of the kids, but it's also the mothers who take the celebration, who take the kudos. Yes, it's well done, mom, I love you, this is what you do. No. We need to actually make sure that we give kudos, that we celebrate fathers, because we need to get them more engaged, and because what they do matters as much as what mothers do. It is about the quality of time. It's about like smiling and doing funny faces and reading, and just like making sure that every second that you spend with your baby is about
trying to build. You're really laying a foundation for future successes of those children too. So I think that those are all incredible tips to share and points to share with our viewers. How are you building awareness about this campaign at a broader level? Because this is an international campaign. While we celebrate Father's Day here in the United States, it's coming. Father's Day fathers are celebrated around the world in different ways. But what else is UNICEF doing to raise awareness?
I lost the sound.
These fathers with a Super Dads
I'm
campaign.
losing the sound.
Oh, I think it might be on your end. I'll ask you, what
Try for me.
What is UNICEF doing to raise awareness about this campaign? We're doing old school typing here internally.
Can you hear me when I speak?
Yes. You know what? We'll text you that question. If you can you text the question for me, Jay? It is going to be, how is UNICEF helping to raise awareness about this campaign? And while we're waiting on Claudia to respond, I will say that for our influencers have been joining us to encourage their followers to share photos, videos on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram using the Early Moments Matter hashtag. So we appreciate all those who are the more we do to show our fathers that we appreciate them. And, let me ask Claudia. Claudia lost her volume. I can hear her. Jay, did you text her? For whatever reasons.
I lost you.
Okay, here. So Claudia, we can hear you, but you'll be able to hear my questions by phone. Okay? We can hear you, but so my question was, what is UNICEF doing to help raise awareness about this important initiative? We just lost Claudia. We're having difficulties from Mexico, but we're super excited to continue supporting this initiative. And UNICEF has partnered with a variety of celebrities to support. They're lending their voice to support this campaign. Thalia being one of them, David Beckham, and a lot of celebrities that many of you know. So, for those of you who are supporting us here, the Latino influencers and leaders that we're working with who have agreed to support, thank you so much. And for other people wanting to support this important cause, all you need to do is super simple. All you need to do is share a personal photo or a video. It could be a short video of your super dad moment. It can be a funny moment or, a loving moment with your dad. Abuelos also are important in this story. So a simple photo on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter using the Early Moments hashtag. And those photos can be submitted or shared through Sunday, June 17th, June 18th, which is Father's Day. So for those of you that can help share photos, personal moments, we'd really appreciate it. And if you want to get additional information about the campaign, you can go to UNICEF. The link is unicef.org and then /early moments. So please, do whatever you can. And we'll be doing other campaigns and supporting UNICEF, throughout the year. So please be on the lookout for additional information about that. And, celebrate those fathers that are a part of your life and encourage them to continue to be super dads. And it doesn't take a lot of time to be a super dad, as Claudia had mentioned. So let me actually have Claudia calling. Let me see if I can loop her back in. Claudia, are you there? I lost your connection. Hi. I think we're good. I know you're traveling, so I think that we're good. We'll be able to replay the broadcast and, share additional information with everyone. I think you shared some great statistics based on the research that UNICEF has conducted. So I think that's amazing. And again, there's a press release went out about our partnership on the wire, so that's out. And if anyone else has questions, you can leave it. You can leave it, and we'll get back to you, or Claudia will get back to you. So thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for your.
If you do anything else, let me know. Otherwise,
I will, Claudia. Okay, thank you. Bye, adios. Bye. So thanks again for everyone for your patience. I know we started a little late, but again, we'll be sharing more information. If you have questions, feel free to leave it in one of the reshares that we do, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And to all the amazing super dads that we know lots of them. Happy early Father's Day to each of you. We appreciate you, and we know that you're all doing an amazing job. So thank you very much, and thanks to everyone for joining today. Have a good rest of the week. Bye.